The only question people ever have really is not, what's your background? Where'd you get trained? It's like, can you help me? This is not the time to play it safe. This is a place where you can get messy, you can be vulnerable. Your goal is to get sturdy. If something happens in my life and I need to step away and I can't do client creation for a month or two, can my business withstand that?
The deeper our connections form, the easier it will be for us and the clients to engage in deep coaching. My personal motto, if you're continually seeing, how can I push this a little more into service? How can I be a little more of service? There is no such thing as moving too slow in the connection process.
Like, you're not asking someone for anything. You are stating the fees if someone wants to work with you. What are the ways my money story is coming into even me preparing to have enrollment conversations? We do not want our money story leaking into our conversations with potential clients. We demonstrate the value of coaching by coaching. So in other words, I want someone to get results in the first conversation with me. So I want you to start, as I'm sharing, to think about what permission slip do I want to give myself for this class session? To consider your permission slip as a way to lean into new ways of being and letting go of ways that do not serve you.
I plan to use all of my gifts and my talents and ideas to help you get a client, to help you make money, and for you to be the biggest version of yourself. That's why I love this profession. When I first started in 2017, I was a completely different woman. Broke coaches are doing that. Who am I? Why? Who am I to reach out to them? Their titles this or their titles. You're putting people on pedestals. If you are doing that, it's going to prevent you from connecting and from really serving. People pay us to be a trusted source of transformation. I have clients saying, I want you to check me on this. I want you to help me. I'm calling you because I know you're going to tell me what I need to hear. And I think that the woman you've seen now is someone that coaching has created.
People have successful coaching practices and they still run comparison and have patterns. And obviously that's where having a coach is helpful, and that's where doing your own personal growth in an ongoing way, that's one of the best things about this profession. I've never met anyone, I don't know about you, who was like, oh, it's so much easier than I thought. Wow, growing a coaching business, it feels like it's uncomfortable and that you're aware of oh, I'm judging where I'm at.
This is what your clients are afraid of experiencing. I feel like an imposter, I feel like a failure. Resistance makes it linger. And so just letting yourself have it. What I'm most loving in my life right now is that I feel more free. I think some of the most simple practices can be the most potent. I'm a big fan of how you start your day is important. If you could start your day just noticing what's happening in your mind and then just seeing it as this is just the chatterbox. I don't have to pay attention to it.
You want to think about what is possible from here on out. There is so much momentum. Many of you are realizing the quality of support from your colleagues that's available. If you were to consider that every time you speak, you're spending $10, how many of us are overspending our verbal dollars? Every time I think about something I want to say or ask, I'm going to be like, is that the question that will create potentially the greatest transformation in this moment?
I would encourage you in the next 24 hours, have at least one brand spanking new conversation. Have a conversation that you've never, ever had before. I'm fascinated by people that call themselves leaders that are not. And I am fascinated by people that call themselves managers when they're leaders. When Carolyn says I build trust quickly, what's more important to me is that I build trust sustainably. I have 10 I am statements. One of them is that I am unforgettably open, present, and connected in every conversation.
One of the most important things to me for any of the people who come and work with the coaches is a heart of service.
I'm actually going to be teaching you 3 things today. It's called the SOS framework. Okay, so the SOS framework is a framework for creating and enrolling clients. So the first S stands for story. The second S stands for offer. and the third S stands for system. By the end of today, you are going to have everything you need to be a compelling storyteller as a coach, where you can tell your story in a way that magnetizes your clients. You are going to learn a way of creating offers that are custom crafted and curated for your clients, where they feel like, whoa, you really heard me. This is for me. Thank you so much.
We are going to spend the next chunk of time playing Let's Get You a Client. Let's get you a client. And we're going to do it, right, through the lens of providing value.
I'm standing today in a lot of the what ifs of yesteryear. What if I could break 6 figures in my business as a coach? I'm standing today in the impossible of yesterday. This is just another human being that you're sitting across from. That's it. And as a human being, he has human problems just like every single other client. The fact that he's the CEO of a construction company means nothing. Every single person in here has the ability to create one insight for someone. What if the fact that someone says no to me has nothing to do with whether or not I'm a good coach? It just has to do with whether or not we're a fit. Then it's so much easier for me to be like, oh, okay, we're not a fit. Great. Okay, that's super clear. And so I don't have to be stuck in proving worth and start dumping on myself. I can just be like, okay, it's not for me.
So we want to hear from people who want to share something from the experience of creating one's vision. You can share your vision if you want, whether you're at home or in the room, or if you just want to share learnings, awareness, maybe a question came forward, maybe it was way different than you anticipated.
One of the things that I really appreciate about this community is the vulnerability, is your willingness to be true and honest, and also support one another. Right? You champion each other, you celebrate each other, you comfort each other. That can make a significant difference when you're doing something like growing a coaching practice.